Hi all. So today's topic of discussion is like what is brand equity. So we have discussed about attributes of stronger brands, and we understood like what is branding and why the brands are required in the marketing, and how these brands are helpful for you to achieve your target. So now let us discuss quickly through what is brand equity. So first, when you speak about a brand, so what comes to your mind is the first thing. Let's say if I talk about a brand called Apple, so what comes to your mind is that like what kind of value you have towards Apple is something in simple terms called as the brand equity. So brand equity is the added value endowed to products and services. The value may be reflected in how consumers think, feel, and act with respect to the brand, as well as the prices, market share, and profitability that the brand commands for the firm. Brand equity is an important intangible asset that has psychological and financial value to the firm. So, this is a definition given by Mr. Phillip Kotler for the brand equity. So, brand equity in simple terms is an intangible asset that has psychological as well as financial value to the firm. So Apple is a brand, so where its branding has been done so popular that it reflects their prices, it reflects their market share, it reflects their profitability. So any brand any brand which has some added value to it with the perfect pricing and market share and profitability, that is important to the market as well as to the brand for an psychological and financial value. So brand equity refer to a value premium that a company generates from a product and a recognizable name when compared to generic equivalent. Companies can create brand equity for their products by making them memorable, easily recognizable, and superior in quality and reliability. Mass marketing campaigns also help to create brand equity. This is the definition of brand equity as per Investopedia. So here Investopedia talks about how you can build the brand and what is like the brand equity should look like. It should be very easy to recognize, it should be memorable and superior in quality and reliability. Even sometimes the mass marketing campaigns really helps the brand equity. So brand equity is a phrase used in marketing industry which describes the value of having a well-known brand name based on the idea that the owner of a well-known brand name can generate more money from products with the brand name than from products with a less well-known name, as consumers believe that a product with well-known name is better than products with a less known names. So in simple, the branded products give you more profitability rather than the generic products. So as per Wikipedia, this is what the definition of brand equity. So overall, if you look at that, brand equity is something which helps the company to have psychological as well as add financial value to the company. So brand equity refers the value of a brand and the value associated with the customer thinking, like what the customer feel about the brand. As I discussed earlier, the psychological and financial value to the firm is directly proportional to the brand equity. The power of a brand lies in the minds of the customers. This is what we discussed. What they have experienced directly or indirectly about the brand. So customer based brand equity models is the brand power lies in customers about what they have seen, heard or learned, thought or felt about the brand over the time. So as I discussed earlier, let's say Apple. So when like I know about the name of Apple, or discuss about Apple brand directly or indirectly. excuse me, the first thing comes into my mind is that uh, a innovative technical brand. So like whatever be the product they launch, or whatever be the product they had, or whatever be the product they are coming up and they will introduce into the market will be innovative, high in quality, high in terms of the part of the usage of the spare parts, or like how they use the technology. Everything is on the superior side. This is what the brand has positioned in the market. So this is where, because of that, the consumers are ready to pay the premium price for the brand. So it in turn improves their financial value. So the psychological and financial value to a firm is always directly proportional to the brand equity. So customer based brand equity is the differential effect of the brand knowledge as a consumer. A brand can have positive as well as negative customer based brand equity, obviously. As I told you, there are some other persons who have, not received, or who have not uh, got the same kind of perceived value from the Apple brand. So they may feel, have a negative impact on that brand. So brand equity have three different types of ingredients. The first is that it arises from differences in consumer response. If there are no differences, then the brand can be classified as commodity or a generic product. And the second difference may occur based on the consumer's brand knowledge. Brand knowledge can be of anything, like the consumer's thoughts, feelings, images, experiences, beliefs, favorable, anything. So, for example, Volvo refers to safety, Hallmark about caring, and Harley Davidson about adventure, and Apple is about technology, and Microsoft is even for the software. So this talks about the second difference is of brand knowledge. The third differential response by consumers is that brand equity is reflected to the perceptions, preferences, and behavior related to all aspects of marketing of a brand. So that's what I was talking about earlier. So if a consumer or a customer has not received the same kind of perceptional value about a brand, then the customer or the consumer might have a negative impact about the brand. So if I have received the perceived value of very good with positive thoughts, then I always have like a positive note about the brand. But whereas if another customer will receive like a negative thoughts or a negative vibes about a brand, then always there will be a negative talk for that brand equity. So the brand equity have like three different types of ingredients. The first ingredient is the differences, and which talks about the commodity and the generic product. Second talks about the brand knowledge, and third talks about the perceptions and preferences and behavior about the brand equity. So, to summarize, to create a desired brand knowledge for a brand in the mindset of a customer is really a tough task for the marketer. So, the marketers has to be very careful while positioning for the product in the market. The positioning speaks about your branding. So, they have to develop marketing programs accordingly. Consumers' knowledge about marketing programs and brand drives the differences. So, it is always important to position your product well, acknowledge, or make more of awareness programs so that your consumers will have very good knowledge about your product, which in turn drives the differences about the brand, and which will create a brand equity for the company. So hope you have understood like what is exactly brand equity, the definitions of brand equity, and why brand equity is useful, and to make it as in summarize for the brand equity ingredients, and how the brand equity is important in the market. If you have really liked the content, please subscribe to our channel Pi-MSquare Academy for more updates about the marketing, entrepreneurship, and other lessons. As well as very soon we are coming up with like different real-time case study analysis for like marketing products, services, and concepts. Thanks a lot for watching this video.